let me see if I had the original link that I found it on. Um, and since I know the key, I can easily. I don't have one.
Well, no biggie. And if you are interested in what this key is, or you're having the same problem, just email Matt at podnuts.com. So
Yes, thank you. All right. Um,
now on the bottom
okay.
here, and you make a mention of backup exec.
Did I mention this before? This thing I did.
I'm not sure, but just go ahead and cover
I know
again.
I've wanted to mention it before. Okay, so I like backup exec for backup purposes. It's the best software I think out there
I agree.
um, for backups. But it's of course that doesn't mean it's perfect. Just because we like it, it has issues, and it can have serious issues sometimes. But well, the most annoying. Does this happen to you, Lalo? Right? Do I use this at work where the services just stop for some reason?
My past job, I did use a backup exact, and there were days where the services stopped and I had to restart them, or at some point, like you stated, I would run a batch file just to restart the services so many minutes before the job.
Yeah, and you're breaking up on me. So, um, so what? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear.
Okay. So what happens is it's annoying. You'll set the backup job up, and then you get a call from the client saying, "Hey, I'm not getting my notifications. Um, I don't think the backup's running." Now that's if you're lucky, because most times, even though they get a backup notification every day, they might not notice for like a month they haven't got them,
Hmm.
which is kind of funny. So they'll call you, and you'll check the services, and they're just stopped. You start them, and they start fine. Backup runs fine. But for whatever reason, the the exec services just stop. And of course, what happens is the customers normally the customers say, "Well, should we look at a different backup software?" Yeah, well, okay, no, we just need to start the services.
Right.
Let's not go overboard here.
Yeah. And for those of you that haven't used backup exec before, it does use a good number of services, not just one. And a lot of them are dependent of each other.
You're breaking up on me.
Hey Matt, and let me tell
Okay.
you what, I'm gonna call you back with just audio. So, oops, I guess I should have given him a chance to actually respond to me.
Hello.
Hey Matt, okay, so we are now just audio, sir.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Um. So where were we?
No, and I
Oh
had
yeah,
mentioned
multiple
with
services.
right, it does use a good number of services that are dependent of each other, and if one goes like kind of wacky, and then at that point you kind of, you have to just restart them.
Right. And so what I've done is, even if it happens just once, I would do this. I'm gonna tell you what I do. But now, even when I install Backup Exec for the first time, I'll do this just as a preventative thing,
Okay.
because I don't want that call, and I don't want the customer thinking that their backup software that they spend $600 on is junk, just because a service stopped.
Right.
So what I'll do is, if inside, I want to say it's under Program Files, uh, Symantec Backup Exec. If you go down into the where it's installed, you'll see a you'll see a lot of batch files, but the one that I use is be start. I think it's bestart.cmd. I think, and there's a be stop also, which stops the services, and be start will start the services. So I do let's say the backup scheduled to run at 10 p.m.
Okay.
I'll go do a scheduled task for whatever days the backup is, usually um, Monday through Friday, and maybe 20, 15, 20 minutes before the backup is supposed to start, I'll do a scheduled task to run that be start file. Just in case, because if the services are already started, they won't matter. It'll just run and they're already started, so it'll leave them alone. But if they're not started,
Hey Matt. Matt.
oh, see, I can still hear you,
Hmm.
but it says that you're offline.
That's weird. And maybe it's my end, but always carry on. And Steve, unfortunately, will have to edit the heck out this show. But um, but you stated that even though it's if it checks the services and it started, then it'll just go ahead and skip that. But if they're not started, if they're stopped, then it'll go ahead and start that service, right?
Right. And just knowing that this is here might save you some headache because, of course, you can go to backup exec services, start, stop, but that's manual. Now, this saved me on a client that doesn't want to spend any money on their problem. they this is one place where we told them they do not need a server,
Okay.
but they bought a server anyway. They said, "Nope, we want a server. Get it." You know how many computers they have in the office?
I'm gonna guess four.
Well, you'd be over. One. You have one computer. We told them you do not need a server. You do there is no use. He said, "Nope, I want a server."
Now, does it have AD? I'm just curious.
Well, see, because the last business that he owned, he had a server and he liked everything that he had because we did that server too. He liked remote web workplace, he liked Exchange and being able to open up Outlook anywhere. He liked all that. But we told him we can pretty much do all that for one user without a server. But way overkill.
Yeah. Hey, Matt.
One user. Hey,
Yep. Okay. Cool.
okay. Now, another part is he's never in the office. Never.
Matt lost again.